Hello guys, how are you? So I'm back. I hope all of you are doing good, preparing well. In this video, we are going to discuss about industrial relations and labor laws, and this is part 3. We have already discussed 2 parts in the earlier videos. Okay, so in this video, we are mainly going to discuss about Ministry of Labor and Employment, their different offices, their functions, and 1 or 2 important acts and some other things, right? So this part is important. Please pay attention. So what is industrial relation in respect of the whole thing? Industrial relation is a relation between the employees, the employers, and the government, right? So this is for your basic understanding, which is why we are reading all this. Now, important offices under Ministry of Labor and Employment. We have the Minister of Labor and Employment himself, okay, who is Mr. Bandaru Dattatreya right now. Then we have another second important office after the minister is Chief Labor Commissioner. We're going to discuss the functions of Chief Labor Commissioner office. Then we have Labor Bureau. Then we have Directorate General Mines Safety for workforce in mines, working with different mines, right? Then we have Welfare Commissioners, Board of Arbitration. Then we have ESIC, EPFO. ESIC and EPFO are autonomous institutions. They are working independently. Okay, they have a different chief, but they are related to this ministry. That's why we have called them autonomous. Okay, they can take their decisions themselves. Then we have VV Giri National Labor Institute in Noida, right? This can be asked. This is for training purposes for labor commissioners. Then we have the officers who are going to be recruited, right? Then the functions of the ministry is labor policy and legislation, framing of laws, then framing of all the different labor policies, making amendments, right? The different policies we have already discussed, laws we have discussed. Then the safety and welfare of the workforce. Okay, safety and welfare of the workforce, like the welfare, like the conditions in which the people are working, in which the workers are working, if the conditions are good or they're not good, if they are safe, if the safety is ensured by the employer or not. Then we have different social security things, social security schemes, if they are being implemented, right? We have already discussed this. We have already discussed the law under which many of the social security schemes are covered. Then we have workers education, like some other law is going to be implemented. Then workers are they are needed to be educated, or if some new policy, if some new technique is coming in the scope of work, then they need to be educated. So this is to be ensured by the ministry, right? If whether the companies, they are fulfilling these things or not. Then we have labor statistics. Labor Bureau does that, all the various labor statistics, like consumer price index, then the number of percentage of people in organized or unorganized. Do you know that how many people of total workforce are employed as unorganized workers? Okay, this question may come, right? And the answer is 93%. A whopping 93% of the people in our country are working as unorganized laborers. Only 7 to 8% are in the organized sector. But they are going to increase. Organized sector emphasis is laying, the ministry is laying emphasis on this thing, but still 93%, right? This is a big number. Then we have industrial disputes, the settlement of all the industrial disputes between employees, employers. Okay. Then we have the labor laws enforcement. We've already gone through these things, right? So this is a function of ministry, that if the country, the factory, the establishments or the industries, are they following the labor laws or not. Then emigration of labor. So many people are working in Gulf and other countries, right? So the policy is related to the immigration of labor. Then we have industrial relations harmony, so the settlement of all the disputes. Then we have Chief Labor Commissioner. Chief Labor Commissioner, what is the main function is the industrial disputes, settlement of all the industrial disputes. Okay, then we have enforcement of awards and settlements. If there is industrial dispute, the Chief Labor Commissioner has the power to penalize the employer or to compensate the workers. Okay, and to settle the matter for once and for all. Then we have labor laws in industries, they are being followed or not, they are being enforced or not. Okay, so they have the power of the quasi judicial powers, right? Then we have verification of trade unions. Like obviously every company may have a trade union. So many industries, they have trade unions. If you remember that Maruti Suzuki fiasco. Okay, so if the responsibilities of trade unions, or if they are properly utilizing their funds or not, these things. Then fixation and revision of minimum wages. Chief Labor Commissioner has a very important role to play in the revision and fixation of minimum wages. Then we have enactment of other labor laws. There are so many labor laws like equal remuneration law, ports law. Then we have this gratuity law, the other law, the payment of minimum wages law. So it sees the enactment of these labor laws. Then we have Labor Bureau. Okay, compilation and publication of CPI-IW. What is CPI-IW? Is Consumer Price Index for industrial workers. Then we have CPI-AL, agricultural labor or rural labor. And wage rate index. Wage rate index determine the wages or minimum wages. Then conducting labor research in different areas for child labor, for women labor, right? The condition. There's so many. There can be anything for conducting labor research. Then we have collection and publication of various labor statistics, like we have already discussed these things. Okay, then collection of all other labor related statistics. If a question comes, then you can right away make it Labor Bureau. Is related to statistics or research. They have two main offices, Chandigarh and Shimla. Then publication of these journals. If the question being asked, maybe Indian Labor Yearbook, this is important, then you can say Labor Bureau, right? Okay, before that, CPI-IW, what is the function? CPI-IW is used for DA calculation, dearness allowance. We're going to read this. Then we have welfare commissioners. Welfare commissioners for welfare facilities supervision, if the working facilities, if the facilities in minimum basic needs facilities in the establishments are there or not. This is mainly for BD workers, coal workers, iron ore workers, mines, working in mines where special safety requirements are needed. Okay, then we have Board of Arbitration. Arbitration is the mediation in disputes. Board of Arbitration, simple. Okay, disputes related to weekly hours, works, or any other work related aspects. Then we have CPI-IW. Base year you have to remember. This is still 2001. This is a weighted average of numbers like the prices of commodities, various commodities, groceries and other things. Okay, from the basket. Then taken from different cities. The center has undertaken this exercise in various cities. There are 74 centers to be very precise, at the best of my knowledge, in our country, and samples are being taken from these places and they are averaged, the weighted average. Okay, used for the calculation of DNS allowance. DA are used for the calculation of salaries directly for central government and state government and PSU employees, and indirectly for other companies also, MNCs, right? Like now we have 2% DA. From January onwards it is going to be 5%. It is going to be announced soon. Okay, then inflation indicator of poverty line. New proposed base year is 2015. That has not yet been implemented. Okay, then we have Industrial Disputes Act for the maintenance of industrial harmony. Simple. Year you have to remember 1947, the year of our independence. Okay, this is only implemented for organized sector. A question may come on this act. Okay, various points can be given. You may be asked to name the act or the functions. You may be asked to name the functions. Okay, then if you are an organization with more than 100 employees, then you have to take the government's permission to lay off even a single employee. Okay, otherwise you will be in a trouble. So this is the provision in the act. Earlier it was 300 people, but now the government has improved it to 100 people in favor of the employee or workforce. It was done in some 1980s. Then a person who has been laid off, he can challenge in labor court, and he can very well get the compensation and everything. Then provision of formation of labor laws and industrial tribunals, and you can challenge in labor laws and industrial tribunals both. Now we have this labor courts, discharge and dismissal. These deals with the cases in discharge and dismissals of workers, legality of strikes, if strikes or lockdowns happen, then if their demands are validated or not. Okay, and they give their decisions. Industrial tribunals also, wages disputes, leave, retrenchment of workforce. Retrenchment means layoff. Then hours of work, closure of company, if the company can be closed or not. I mean, if it has to be closed, it has to be closed if the founders are bankrupted. But the various compensation which have to be given. Then settlement is binding on all the parties to dispute, in case of industrial tribunals also, and in case of labor courts also. सबको मानना ही पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Then we have Immigration Act, immigration of Indian workers abroad. Like so many people are working in the Gulf, Middle East countries, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Dubai. Then we have in Europe, US, UK, Canada, Australia. So this is the thing. And the main point here is that no agency can undertake the recruitment of Indian workers with foreign employers without possessing a registration certificate issued by Protector General of Emigrants. You have to remember this. Protector General of Emigrants. अगर किसी के पास वो registration certificate नहीं है, आप नहीं उस चीज़ को कर सकते, illegal है, आप किसी का recruitment नहीं करा सकते foreign employer के बाद. Okay, then this is it in the video. Please subscribe to this email ID. Subscribe and share. Okay, write to my email ID, doubts and feedback. All the very best. We have covered 3 videos. We are going to make a 4th one if needed. I think I have covered most of the syllabus, but yes, all the things which are left out, I will cover in the 4th video. Then we'll move on to accounts and other things, right? Okay, so that's it for now. Bye bye, have a nice day, and be hale and hearty. Thank you. Bye bye.